Okay, here we are back with my Revelations on Love journal. This was my 30-day that turned into 60 plus days into the discovery about my own revelations on love. And that's why I wanted to include this in your process to give you an opportunity to find and maybe discover some things like I did that I didn't even know that I needed to discover. So here's the cover. So I started this in April, which is my birth month. So it was a good time to kind of start anew. So what do I need to remember today is what I wrote in here. And I said, I begin this journal on a 30-day discovery back to myself, my language, my soul, images, my power, my love, the realization of my oneness to the fountain of all creativity. So that's what just sort of came up for me when I was thinking of it. So the first day, day one, I did a collage. You know, collages are very familiar to me. So I just flipped through a book and I just pulled out a couple places that I love. I love Venice. I love Venice, and Venice always reminds me of going to Europe and just discovering new cities and new places. So it's like it's a place I love, but it's also iconic imagery that sort of reminds me of one of my loves. This is the Grand Canyon. I love natural land formations. I love going hiking. I just love going out into nature and discovering just the beauty. And then this was the ocean. This is a big ocean rolling in, and I love water. I'm very connected to water. Oh, I see. I even put Mexico here. I love Mexico. And I actually put that little thing in there before I even went to San Miguel, and I had been wanting to go to San Miguel. So that's funny. So this one I wrote. Then I wrote Language of the Heart, and this is the type of heart that I would normally write and draw in my fine art pieces. It was always this sort of heart, and I even put like this center, almost like this eye, in the middle here. So that was day one. So day two, I was flipping through a magazine and saw this picture, and I immediately just cut it out and put the whole thing in there because it was like dawning of a new time in space as awakening the spirit man, myself. So I'm just reading my words here, but offering myself to opportunity to newly evolve me. So that was day two, which was called Dawning. Day three, I sat and looked at this page. I don't know why this is showing backwards. I tried to flip my camera. I don't know how my camera is such that I'm having it like facing right on, but it's flipped. So I had no idea what to do. So I just started cutting out a question mark, and then I glued it down, and I just put colors around it like a rainbow. I had no idea of what. I went blank. But I said, I asked myself a lot of questions today. Lots of memories are flooding back into my thinking. I am relinking to myself. Lots of unfolding, the great awakening. These are exciting days. I'm on a journey back to self. So does this sound familiar to you all? I'm telling you, this Art Mythos and the membership class that we're in together, literally, I'm taking you through what I went through myself. Just this whole idea of a void and awakening, and all of that came up. So this was the first day where, this is day four, but this is the first time I used like this traditional heart that I like never use. And for some reason, I was just compelled to cut one out and glue it down using this old script that I had gotten in Europe. And actually, I made reproduction of it. This is just a monoprint. No, this is actually just me using some Sumi ink. This is a feather. I spray painted it gold. And this one was about taking flight. Day five was black and white. So I'll just do some quick flips through and I'll stop. This was Mother's Day. Today is Nurture Monday. Flowers as beings, I wrote. They bring me happiness and joy. Then this was that day I just did a whole writing on forgiveness is so fundamental for healing. So clearly I was really starting, and this was a lot of writing for me. I wasn't used to look at all this writing. And then I got all these images, and you can see here, I had all these images and Then I started being shown what those images were: the womb chakra, the heart, and the third eye. So today, okay, this one, all we need is love. So this one was just love, 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 and these sort of Matisse like sketches. The love of God, love for all creation, opening of the soul. So I think I had marked this one. Yeah, because this one was purple heart of honor. So I like did this heart out of purple and glued it on there. And I mean, I did a lot of writing, but I was realizing it's like the whole idea of the purple heart, like giving myself a purple heart for being in battle, you know, and sort of coming out like, okay, this is my reward. You know, I get the purple heart of honor. I made it out of that war. Oh boy. This one, my angels, they watch over me. And then this was an envelope that I did a little collage with, and I wrote, to fill with love, to fly away on the wings of love. This one right here is the heart keeps time, sort of like this, made this little TikToker thing on this collage. The heart documents life. The heart is like a journal. It stores the activities of life. I really like that. I don't know, things were just coming to me. Like I would just be journaling, and I mean, doing this collaging, and then like it would pop into my mind. Like I would never have thought that the heart is like a journal. It stores the activities of life. But how cool is that? And so more of these heart shapes. This is heart space. Just continue to hold the space open every day. It's a journey. Okay, this is, oh, this on the, I didn't have an image, but I had this dream of this albino snake. It was like a two-headed snake, and I wasn't afraid of it. And I had discovered the meaning of it. I since did discover, but I didn't come back and write in it what it was. This is collage of life, love, the black and white of my heart space. Sometimes I'm light and easy. Other times it's dark and heavy. The opening of this chakra is revealing. Unconditional love. Heart, my heart. This is Happy's Mother's Day. Love me. So, and then some more writing. This one was, oh, this was about the lotus. I've always been connected to Kuan Yin, who is the goddess of water. She is the goddess of awakening in the Chinese, you know, mythos. And I had this whole opening about this white lotus. And then that day I was out thrifting, and at the Salvation Army, I wrote, P.S. I found a beautiful white lotus bowl. And it is beautiful too. I still have that bowl. It's gorgeous. So anyhow, mirror to the soul, reflections, looking deeply at a window portal on herself. Ganesh has presented herself to me. That was through a dream. This is 30 days of opening my heart space. Continue to remind me of what I need to remember. So some days I was doing collaging. Some days I just wrote. This one, love is the only way. See all this heart, heart, heart. I never like do all these hearts. Like I haven't done it before, and I haven't done it since. But this journal clearly was showing me I need to spend a lot of time around this heart, and like not the serious heart like up here, because that's like the more serious intellectual side of myself, and I'm really, you know, dealing with image and symbols. But this one was just play and play, 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 have fun. When you look at the hearts, they should make you happy. And this heart of gold, like I was supposed to feel, I mean, I realized I was supposed to be happy and just free and like peace, freedom, love. This was a love gram to myself. Yeah, I am me. And I wrote self-acceptance. This is where it begins. You have to love to give. When you have to have love to give, you have to have love stored up. When it's inside, self-love promotes the ability to love others free of attachment. Or I was dead on this purple heart of courage. I think this is like the third purple heart by now. Tribal love, love that roams from, that comes from our roots, our tribe, our cultures, our families, our communities. I was really kind of dealing with the idea of that. Love story. Hope you guys are enjoying this. I wanted to show it to you. Morning and opening, moving and opening, joy, vision, victory, love. A heart, exclamation point, continue to open and develop. I know you will never forsake me. You are the answer to my future. Love is the future for all humanity. So I'm talking about just the love space, your heart space. Our hearts are the gold of our soul. This is where that God's paper I love working on. And these actually are little hearts made from that I actually, this is, of course, my beloved onion skin that I printed on. This is Take Flight, My Heart. 207, always follow my instincts. Oh, the reason why that is there, I'll tell you why. Because then that's what Wham Bam Alakazam. Every day is powerful, full of creation, full of possibilities. Because I never play the numbers. I mean, like, I never play the numbers. And I was sitting on the edge of my bed this particular evening, and I was kind of no, I had already done this, I think. Or maybe I was going to do it. I don't know. But I was sat there and I said, oh, this was when I was living in Chicago. Tomorrow's number is going to be 207. And I had a friend there that always played numbers every day. So I called him and I said, hey, tomorrow's number is going to be 207. Play it. So he played it and it came out. So that's why I wrote in, always follow my instincts. I mean, like, I never played numbers. I didn't really think about it. But it came out. Like, that was like $400 or $500 just for that. Love is my immersing oneself in those things that fill the spirit with passion and joy. It's another collage, heart. I'm telling you, love is simple. Just cross with the heart. Just hearts, heart. This is a cross that I did with a rubber stamp I made. This is some rose sharks that I spray painted, LOVE. Using some, scar boxes. And what is this? Cleopatra. Anthony and Cleopatra. I had an old book and I pulled it out. I'm like, wow, it was so crazy that I pulled that out, and then, dealing with love and relationships and stuff. So more of these collages. This was actually like a little rose that I did, but of course it's flat now, but I've done one of those little paper roses, envelope. Rose. This is just a heart on this. You can't even really tell because it looks like a blob, like more of these blobs, but it was also like how love can get lost, or like we talked about permissions, like they can all get all in the sea of everything else that's going on in your life, and you got to go in and pull out and define them. So this is coming up on the end. So it was 68 days. So that's where it ended. So I wrote here 68 days of journaling effortlessly. Yeah. So I wanted to show that. So it was only a few pages. Oh, and then back here, I think there was only a few pages left. And then I end up writing. Oh, so then this was at the end. So I finished this in June. And then this was the whole summer that I was just doing nothing but jelly prints. I mean, every day. When I finished this, I felt so free and so light and so everything that art just started pouring out of me. I mean, it just started pouring out of me. And I was doing a lot of jelly printing, and I had a back porch that was on the back of my condo in Chicago. So at the end of this long hall, there was I could open the door and like this light would be streaming in, and I had a huge back deck. And I would just put my jelly prints out there to let them dry. And it was the summertime, and the light and the warmth was coming in. And I just remember that just being such a beautiful time. I had just restored my soul, and I was just reconnected to myself. And so so at the end of that whole summer through through August into September, I had done a meditation, and it was on the abundance portal. I don't know. It just had come to me. And so I wrote down some areas of abundance. And when I was looking back at this book to prepare to do this with you guys, of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 things I wrote down, things like health in my mind and my body, which I have, things like we all kind of reinforce self, are to those who truly can love and appreciate my work and not just do what I was doing before, which is creating work that I was making tons of money on, but I wasn't connected with the people. I don't know if they were connected with me. It was just being sold and, through licensing deals and all that kind of stuff. And who knows? Not that I'm saying there's anything wrong with that, but I was so disconnected. But when I look back at the list of stuff, it's like all of these, like so much of the stuff is true, like, your health and all that good stuff, abundant love from family and friends and stuff. But the things that I wrote down there that I had forgotten about was, let me see. Was abundant creativity that I create at a level as never before, become innovative in my craft, and teach others what I do. So I was just talking about how I wanted to be innovative at what I had learned, you know what I mean? And I wanted to be able to teach others. And I started that just 2 years ago when I really started teaching this art mythos. And I never even thought of art mythos. I want to teach artists and creatives in a truly inspiring workshops. I mean, like, that was my heart. That's what I was feeling then. And this was back in 2012. Isn't that something? And of course, connect with a community of like-minded spiritual creatives. Move to Arizona and live at the top of everything possible. I don't remember wanting to move to Arizona. Isn't that crazy? Like, I don't know what I was thinking about then that I thought that I wanted to move to Arizona, because I wasn't thinking about moving to Arizona. If anything, I wanted to move back to New Mexico. Practice yoga and other forms of meditation. Well, I practice yoga and Tai Chi twice a week now, on Mondays and Fridays. Things like that you can write your thoughts and then boom, you close the book. I mean, I closed that book. Because it was a gap of a couple of days that I had, when I finished journaling. Well, I actually did have, look at this. Oh, so I didn't journal there. Then it stopped. And then I had this whole big release from Gaia, which is interesting because, my podcast is called Conversations with Gaia. And after this time period, I felt like I was speaking to the divine feminine, the divine mother, the mother of all mothers. And in my inside, I said, well, what's your name? And it was like Gaia. And that was back in 2012. Isn't that something? And here's my little heart again. So that was that. And I didn't do anything. I mean, I was done. And this went on the shelf. And then I guess when I had this idea, I pulled it back out in September and wrote that at the back of it. And I closed this book. And literally, this book, sometimes I'll look at it from time to time just to remember. But I hadn't looked at the back of that until I was preparing to share this with you guys. And then I looked down, I started checking off. And I'm checking off all this stuff that I hadn't even focused on to make happen, but it did. So I'm telling you, there's so much to just being able to journal, just have fun, enjoy yourself. Just put your wildest dreams in your book. Nobody has to know. I mean, no one has to know that these were my dreams except for me. And now I have this fantastic opportunity to share it with you guys and and we're all a part of this dream that I had for myself like 7 years ago when I was trying to pull myself out of my own, kind of slumber and just, trying to create more joy in my life. I had this desire to want to connect with you guys, and I didn't even know that opportunity would manifest. So life is beautiful. Just keep on journaling. I hope you enjoyed this little journal flip. I wanted to share that with you because I wanted you to show you that the things that I'm sharing with you and asking you guys to consider, I've gone through them myself, and they've been so cathartic, and they've helped me so much on my journey. And my wish and my desire and my dream is for you guys to have that same opportunity of discovery in your life. I really, really, really love this membership class, and I can't thank you all enough for joining me on this journey and being a part of it and trusting me in this process. I know sometimes it may seem like you're not quite sure where I'm going or what's going on, but believe me, we're getting there. We're going to get somewhere, and we're going to do it together. And this is just a labor of love. It's not a day that goes by that I don't think about you all, that I don't think about this class and what I can bring new. And I'm so excited every day just to get up and do videos and share things with you. So I hope I'm not putting you on overload. Please let me know if it's too much. I can slow down the releases, but I don't know. I just am having fun with this. So love you guys so much. Find out what's going on with Revelations on Love this week. Take care. Bye-bye.